Hello everyone, welcome back to Maverick Mods. My name is Mark. My goal is to keep the survivors on the road or get the survivors back on the road. To do that, I need a shop. As some of you know, Mrs. Maverick and myself recently made a big move, new house, didn't have a shop, and I needed to have a shop built. So this is part 3 of the shop build. This is just the structure, but in the end, we'll have a completed building. So grab your popcorn, let's get started. I'll throw links to the videos for part 1 and part 2 of the shop build down in the description. Part 1 was basically clearing the land, putting the slab down. Part 2, the building went up, but we had to stop because the roof wasn't on yet. So part 3 today, we're going to look at what it takes to put the roof on. And finally, the doors. So let's watch the guys work. With the roof on, time to get the doors put in. That took a little bit longer just because we had to wait for the doors to be, well, to be delivered. But we did get the doors in. Let's take a look. The shop here is 50 by 30, it's 1,500 square feet, 12 foot at the eaves, 16 feet, I think it's 16, at the top of the trusses. I'm gonna have to measure that. Getting up there, which is where I'm gonna run most of the conduit, most of the electrical, lights, fans, and other than outlets on the side, I'm gonna try and run as much as I can to keep it, kind of out of the way. Be able to get up there, I really don't want to have to move a ladder back and forth all the time. Neighbors down the street had some scaffolding. What I've got here is a great big pile of, looks like powder coated yellow pieces. When they stored it, they kind of stored the, some of the pieces were stored outside, and got a little bit of, the plywood here is coming over. I may have to actually replace a little bit of that. I'm going to do that for them just because they were kind enough to loan this to me. Only other downside, which I think I have a fix for, other than going to just buy more parts and pieces, no wheels. So all I had was the pads because they use this outside up against the side of their house, and they didn't need wheels. I think I've got a fix for that. Let me see what I can come up with, see if it's going to work. So let's start assembling the scaffolding. Start off with the cross braces. So it's got a something here that they call it gravity lock or something like that. Basically, this slides with the cross braces in there, lock it down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand this up. That way this thing doesn't flop around. Well, that didn't work. There. Okay. Set that right there for now. Grab the next one. Okay, next, back just a little bit, give myself some working room. Now, I don't know that it makes any difference if I put the ladders on, actually I'm gonna put the ladders on the opposite sides. I don't know why, good, just in case. And there, okay. So my first platform is up. Now, before I go any farther, I need to come up with a way to allow this to roll around. I've got an idea. It may or may not work. It may or may not be safe. But I'm going to try it first before going to the store and spending a couple $100 on a set of wheels. Well, here's my idea for wheels. I've got 4 of these little Harbor Freight dollies in reasonably good condition. I think what I can do is if I can just take a couple of 2x6s, or is that 8s, 6, whatever those are, cut them to length, screw them to my dollies to give me a pad that I can then set the scaffolding on, then screw the scaffolding to each one of these. May not work, but we're going to give it a try. Done. Now let's roll these under the platform and see what happens. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, well, okay. Well, that's because it would have done that anyway. I need to get the platforms or the work stands on there, and that will kind of solidify everything. Let's give that a try. I know these are going to wind up going up higher, but I just want to make sure this thing will roll without too much trouble. Where's my gloves? Where's my gloves? There's my gloves. Let's try this again. Much better. Okay. That rolls around pretty well. All right. I'm going to have to go and put the second floor on next. Should I put the guardrails up? And I think probably I should. Let's see. Oh, heck yeah. Right there. Plenty good. Yeah, that'll work. And this is a whole lot better than trying to do this on a ladder. Piece of cake. That's going to do it for this week, guys. A little bit shorter video. Got the building up, got the doors on, got it inspected, got the scaffolding up. I've even started running a little bit of conduit, but I'm going to have to wait on the rest of the electric install because at this point, I'm in winter storm prep. A lot of you guys, this storm is, covering a good chunk of the country, and I'm sure a bunch of you guys are right in the bullseye, just kind of like we are. So it's gone from we might get 2 feet of snow and some freezing rain to now we're probably going to get about 6 inches of snow. We could get anywhere from 1/2 to up to, worst case scenario, 1.5 inches of ice. That's bad. And it doesn't matter where you're at, that's bad. So I'm in the process right now, laying in firewood, getting heaters, getting generators going, everything we can just to kind of ride this out. So for all you guys that are like me, you're kind of in the path of this storm, stay warm. Certainly appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you guys for following along on all my various adventures. I'll try and keep you updated as to how things are going out here. Maybe throw a short here in a couple of days after the storm goes through, kind of update you as to how soon we can get back on our feet. For now, everybody, have a great day.